Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome. This is Country Taco times two. It's been a hell of a long time since I've got a chance to go live or say what's up to anybody. But I plan to do a short live today. I hope everybody's out there doing good. Haven't had a chance to talk to anybody in a while, but this will be my, in a sense, video documentation of an update for everybody out there in regards to my situation, knowing that I have and struggle with an eye disease called keratoconus. Hey, Michelle, welcome, welcome. Great to see ya. Hope all is doing well. Finally got a chance to come on here and do a live. Figured I'd share a beautiful sunset out here in southern New Mexico. Whew, came out here for a graduation this weekend, and well, I figured right here at the place that we're staying at is right next to a golf course. So I figured, hey, come on here, jump on, say hi, give everybody a quick update, try to not restart or re-jump my algorithm, but at least touch base with my new subscribers, old subscribers, just say what's up, say how's it going, see what everybody's up to, since it's been a hell of a crazy few months. But well, I guess I can kind of jump right into it. As well, I got some pretty great news, and I guess the news is a little dampening, but it depends on how you look at it. As everyone has seen in my lives now and in the past, I can say that I have struggled with my eye disease, which is called keratoconus, and eventually one day I'll go blind. But right now, I use hard contacts to be able to see. And so finally, after a good 6, 7 month wait from mid October of last year till now, yesterday, I have been blind. But yesterday, I was finally able to get some contacts for me, and I now have restored the vision in my right eye. I finally have both of my eyes back. And so, thank God. It's been a long road. It's been a long and tiring road. But thankfully, I got my eye back. Right now, I have contacts that I can be able to see, and whew, it's been a long road. I can say anybody struggling with one eye or vision, it is hard. For me, I had to learn how to drive like that. I had to learn to focus and read and work like that, and it was a hell of a ride. I found inner strength in myself I didn't know I had. I had a lot of people offering and wisdom, advice, and mentorship on just ways on how to cope with losing an eye. And thankfully, after a long wait and a lot of eye drops, I I healed all the way around. I guess the long story short is my eye healed. I used 3 drops a day for almost 6 months, and I used this one medication cream to help with my eye pain. Right now, I would say that the biggest thing was ocular eye pain in the back of my eye. It was excruciating. It was always headaches, and it was a hell of a hard time trying to function with only one eye. I mean, the headaches were extreme, the vision was intense, and I can only just offer a glimpse into what it's like. But for those out there that struggle with it, hey man, keep keeping on. No joke. I have faith that if you got a chance to see again, I pray that you get a chance to, because I prayed hard. I prayed every day. There was days I was depressed, and it was hard. It was truly hard to try to function, wake up, get out of bed, go to work, drive, and but it's possible all the way around. Don't ever give up on your journey. Don't ever give up on yourself and your faith. Right now, my faith has carried me through this, my family, and thankfully, I've had great people in my life offering as much encouragement, support, and it matters. I mean, if anything, if you have good people in your life, it makes a hell of a hard journey a little bit easier when you have someone saying, "Hey, you can do it. You can do it." You know. And so, it's one of those journeys that anyone going through hard times in life, don't ever give up. Don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on the situation. There's always a way to find a way. Even if there's no way, just never give up. I've always been told when I was a kid, figure it out. And I don't know if that's an old school way of talking or teaching or what, but I'd be asking not just my dad, but multiple people, hey, can you help me out? Can you help me out? And I used to always say, what a jerk, because they would always reply, we'll figure it out. You can figure it out. We'll figure it out. And you're out there in the woods or you're on the job or whatever. Sometimes those if you'll figure it out. And that's their way of saying, hey, use your brain. Try. At least attempt it or try to, postulate a thought to even try to figure out a solution. But it's one of those things that no one's gonna do it for you. You got to do it for yourself, and you got to find the strength within yourself. And it's just one of those things that's hard. It really is. Also, beautiful sunset and sky to go with the good news. Thank you. I really appreciate it, and I agree. I wanted to come out here, and I felt like if I'm gonna share some good news, I might as well share it in a very beautiful place. And I'm like, man, I've never been at a place like this. You get to see some cool cactus, some really tall yuccas, some more cactus. There's rabbits running around this golf course that I'm staying nearby, and it's real cool. I mean, I have no complaints for a mountain man that comes from the north, covered in mountains and nothing. I would have never expected green grass or a beautiful area like this down south in what I call the desert. I always say northern New Mexico is part of the mountains, part of the Rockies, and anything below or south of Albuquerque is straight desert. I mean, you're dealing with the open sand, open plains. I mean, there's mountains in the distance, there's hills in the distance. So you could drive 50 miles from here and hit white sands. And, it's just more sand. I'm part of the desert, but just wanted to jump on here. I don't plan to stay on here live too long. For me, I always see people jump on and do extremely long lives. And I mean, but they've got the content for it. There's people out there driving, there's people out there living, people out there doing country stuff. And for me, I'm just a simple guy living my life, jumping on YouTube, so they're making friends, sharing my part of the world, and just offering as much positivity as I can because, man, it's crazy out there. I don't know what the world's turning to anymore, but all you can do is just try your best, say hi, be positive, go out there and make a mark in the world. And for me, yesterday, it was a very emotional day to try to comprehend getting my eye back. And I guess that's kind of where I'm at right now. Is the biggest part of my situation is I got my vision back with my contacts. My eye was able to successfully heal, and instead of going through surgery and replacing my cornea, replacing my whole ocular, I had the ability to literally heal my own eye in 6-7 months. And yesterday I got these contacts that are brand new, and what's really hard and rough is, I guess it's in a sense it's just more of an adjusting period, but I've had my right eye closed for the better part of 6 months, 7 months. And when I got my contacts yesterday, it was so hard to try to focus. Every time I blinked, it felt like my right eye was going left and right. And I wouldn't call it a lazy eye, but possibly a wandering eye. Just the strength wasn't there. And so it's been an ongoing struggle. Today, I felt like the biggest experience that I'm going through and trying to navigate is refocusing my eyes. Every time I blink, my eyes tend to get blurry. They get not double vision, but they're just trying to focus. And I've been trying to read more because it helps me narrow down my vision and my focus, but it's a long road ahead, man. I have a long way to go before I get my vision back to 100%. But at least I have that ability now to see. At least I have literally the peripheral vision of my right eye back. Anyone knowing that it's hard driving on the interstate on the fast lane and knowing that you've got 3 lanes to your right and people, cars moving in and out, switching, big trucks, and you have to turn your head to turn to look right. Yeah, it adds a lot of stress to you. Your neck for sure as hell fucking feels that pain because you're constantly turning your head right to look out the mirror, turning your head all the way right to see if there's a car in the blind spot. And it's rough. I mean, it's one of those things that if you don't have a passenger with you, it can get a little stressful. And thankfully, I don't go to Albuquerque too often, but the times that I have, it really tests a person's focus and stress level. And so it's hard whenever you're trying to accommodate for things in your life, but you never give up. Ace Baby Boo said hi. Hello, hello. Welcome. I hope you have a great day out there. Yeah, the sun's going down, and surprisingly, we have some clouds rolling in over here. I didn't expect any kind of rain because the temperature over here has been 94, 97 degrees down here in Las Cruces. And man, it is hot. I I really dread when summer comes because it's freaking hot right now. But great news, great news. I got my eye back, and I think I missed something in the chat. The last stream I saw was the native dancing. Oh yeah, that was the very very last one. For years, ever since I was a little kid, they would always host a giant powwow here in northern or New Mexico, which they would call the Gathering of Nations. Most people would come from all over Alaska, Mexico, the east side of America. I mean, there's all kinds of people from the Connecticut, all the different tribes out there, and that's where that came from. When you got a chance to watch that live, they were hosting the very last huge nationwide powwow like that in Albuquerque. They were they had held it for the longest time, and I don't know if it was one individual or a group of people, but they had said nope, we're not gonna host it anymore. They weren't gonna put out the media publications, and what was rough, and I'm thankful you got a chance to see it, Michelle, was while I was doing my live at the Gathering of Nations. It's like any real live event. Most of those people always charge for you to watch it on YouTube, and there was. I heard of people that were looking to watch the Gathering of Nations on YouTube, and they did. They had great coverage, they had great camera angles, they had the media passes to get all the way down to the main floor, so I mean, if you paid that $20-$30 for the Gathering of Nations live show or live feed, you sure as hell got a chance to get, good camera angles of the drummers, good at camera angles of the dancers, of the announcers, of all the different events that were going on inside, outside, the food vendors, all that. But thankfully, they weren't using any, I guess, Wi-Fi or communication jammers like they were using at the burning of Zozobra in Santa Fe. Because if you got a chance to watch my very first live when I started last year, I had the opportunity of gaining my 50 subscribers before the burning of the Zozobra. And when I went, I'm like, I'm gonna broadcast this worldwide for people that never seen. They're gonna get a chance to see up close Santa Fe, Spanish Mexican tradition. And nope, anybody that watched it, they saw my live reload, unstream, kickback, and that's why when you get a chance to watch my videos, not only does that video cut in and out, but I was on the outside of that whole building. When I went to go to that outside event, they had police and security on the outside before you could even get into the main park. And I didn't have a see-through bag. I had a Bronco backpack with all my contacts and stuff like that in it. And they told me, nope, only see-through bags or stuff like that can go in. And I got denied. And so I wasn't able to go in, and I recorded from the fence. And I was probably a good 150 feet, maybe 200 feet away from the Burning Man and the Old Man Gloom. But what was crazy was right when the show was about to start, the signal kept dropping. I had no internet service. Every Wi-Fi, if you had Wi-Fi, you could do it. But I was in a residential area. There was no way possible to be able to live stream that event unless you were in the event or you were part of the committee that was actually doing the event, because they were broadcasting it. They had cameras. They had all the, I guess, the ins of being able to do it. But for Gathering of Nations, this last past live that I did, they didn't do that. I was able to record from inside the Gathering of Nations. And what was rough is that there's two places that they used to do it. They used to do it at the college, university, the basketball court there at the pit. They call it the pit. But over the years, as companies come in, they pay, they change the name of the gym, and finally they were able to rename it back to the pit in Albuquerque. But they moved the location. They moved it from a really great, really big venue to the horse racing area, the Coliseum. And it was rough. Anyone that's ever been there knows that the seating is limited and everything is a lot. If you got a chance to see that, it's a lot harder for anyone to notice that in that area the seating is smaller, the area is smaller, and you just didn't get a chance to experience it like you used to. They would call the entrance when they start the powwow the grand entry. And it was beautiful to watch if you were at the pit, because the basketball court was on the bottom of the stadium. So you would see all these dancers walk down the steps and onto the court or into the event area, and you would see, hundreds of people shuffling down the stairs to participate. Now it's maybe half that distance and even half the size of the basketball court that you never really got a chance to see. But thank you for checking it out last time. I appreciate you coming in and hanging out, and especially welcoming all the people that were there. I mean, I had quite a few viewers that were dropping in, and they were like, wow, this is cool, and hey, where's this and whatnot. And so thank you, Michelle. I truly appreciate you welcoming the people, giving them positive, you know, giving them an idea of what my channel's about. Just come in, hang out, say hi, offer positivity, just a safe space just to make friends, see a different perspective of life. Because, I mean, you always run into crazy people on YouTube doing all kinds of weird stuff, and I'm not like that. I'm trying to be as real as I can. I'm a real person, real human being, and I got a real life. I can't be on here every day, all the time, and I try to just do what I can where I can to video document all these things that happen in life, from coming down here to Las Cruces, recording a new scenery, hanging out in Albuquerque, because that was the very last powwow there at that in New Mexico. Next they called it the Gathering of Nations, the last dance, because they believe that was the last powwow here. And I pray they bring it back. I pray that all the native tribes can, one way or another, band together to create, an organization or even one person to be able to fill that void of hosting, or even, getting all these groups of people, the drummers and dancers and everything together. But I don't know. It's kind of hard when the people that were running running that event had money. But if you don't got money, it's hard to host an event, But just coming in on live, I got my neighbors here, and so I'm gonna probably cut this live short. I don't want to try to do a live stream while the neighbors are trying to just live their life. So Thank you, Michelle, for coming to hang out. I appreciate you. Everyone that's new, all my viewers here now, far and wide. Thank you guys for hanging out. I will be on again one of these evenings, but definitely hang out. Definitely keep posted and keep in tune. If you get a chance, comment on some of my videos. But long story short, to wrap up this live, I was able to successfully get my vision back. I healed. I now have a new pair of contacts, and I will slowly and surely start getting back into YouTube and start doing more shorts, doing more lives. But right now, it's been a long road up till now, and thankfully, things have worked out. And so, for all my viewers now and in the future, thank you for hanging out. Thank you for checking out my feed, Michelle. No worries. Much love and respect. See you next time. Thank you. I truly appreciate it. Nothing but much love and respect to you. Right back to you. Truly, you have been a really great friend, a great moderator, and I'm very thankful that I got a chance to meet you on Matt's channel. And so thank you for coming to hang out here, and for everybody in the future that comes to check out my lives and check out my channel, please subscribe, comment, drop a like on one of the videos, and I'll definitely see you guys next time. But you guys have a great day. Take care out there, and well, we'll chat with you again sometime soon. Take care.